What's up guys, it's Neonate with another Settlers of Catan gameplay. I'm making these videos to help you be a better Catan player and beat all your friends at home. Let's take a look at the board. I'm in the third position with orange going first. First thing I look at is where are the good spots and where are the ores. In this particular board, the ores are clustered in this 5-9, and orange, I believe wisely, takes the 5-9-10, which is worth 11 points. Great ore gets some wheat, which is good. He heads towards the coast, which is fine. Definitely, in my opinion, the strongest spot on the board because of that 5-9. The only other ore is the 11 at the top, which is not as good. So, by token of taking that spot, he's going to be able to city up faster than the rest of us, and, definitely a dominant position. Red takes the 5-6-12, which is worth 10 points. I'm curious, he didn't go towards the coast to get more access to ore at the 9-12. Instead, he points away. Maybe he's thinking taking the 4-6-11. So that's a curious choice. As the third player, I pretty much am focused on this 4-5-11, which is worth 9 points. When there are good ore spots, you kind of need to be around it in a 4-player game. Otherwise, everyone else cities up and you're left behind. So even though there are better spots numerically, like the 5-9-10 and the 4-8-10, I think you're kind of forced to lock up the ore first. And that 9-12 spot, just not a great spot. So you wouldn't go there in the initial settlements. You would try to build to that spot. So I take the 4-5-11. I head towards the desert, which is usually a good idea in a 4-player game, with the idea at least I have an option to take the 3-4 or the 4-9. When you are on ore and you're likely to go city and army, every road is precious. So it's better to build at the 3-4 or the 9-11 than have to build 2 roads to get someplace. As a city knight player, you just can't afford to do that. And, for the city knight player, just building a settlement at the end of the game, the value of that is getting a point. You're not as worried about the production value of those spots. So blue's up. The 5-9-10 is probably the best spot. He takes the 3-6 first to take the sheep port. That spot's only worth 7 points, and then he takes the 5-9-10, which is worth 11. So 11 plus 7, he's at 18 points. He's going to be starting in the hole. He'll have 3 spots that produce sheep, but he doesn't have any wood and he doesn't have any ore. So, I tend not to play this strategy. I think it would have been smarter to play the 3-4-8 and then build your way towards that sheep port. Nobody else is going to take it, right? So, you don't need to worry about someone taking it from you. So I think blue is in a tough spot, but he does give me some choices. I need wheat and sheep. This 3-4-8 is probably the spot that is the best for me. The 4-6-11 is also a decent spot, but without wheat, that's really not viable. 3-4-6 is a possibility. That gives me a free road and I can build towards that 4-8, which is an attractive spot. But it is a risk. And one of the other players could just take the 4-8, or one of the other players could take the 3-8-10 and then contest me for it. And if I don't get wheat, you're basically done. And if you can't get to that port, you're done. So I think the least risky thing to do is take the 3-4-8. The 4-8-10, that doubles up on my brick. So, you can head towards the wood port, but I don't think that's as strong. So I'm going to take the 3-4-8. That's worth 10 points plus my original 9, so I'm at 19. Normally I would just head directly to the coast. In this case, I'm thinking about going to the 8-10. I just, look, I don't think red is going to go there. I didn't think orange would go there either. Red, curious, he goes for the 3-9-11 rather than the 3-4-8, which I think is dominated. which dominates the 3-9-11. And orange quickly takes the 3-4-8. So that spot's worth 10 points plus his original 11. He's at 21 points, and he uses his free road to go towards the 8-10. He may build on the 10, or he may head to the wood port. Red uses his free road to go towards that 4-6-11. That second spot was worth 8 points plus his original 10. He's at 18. And then blue, like I said, he's at 18 points. He's going to have a tough game. Like I said, missing 2 resources. Right off the bat, he trades 2 sheep for a wood. So you're already starting behind other players, and you got to trade 2 resources to get 1 of something. You're missing 2. That's why it's just a recipe for, a slow start. And a slow start in Catan can just be the whole game. Wow. So orange puts the robber on the 3 and steals from me. Okay, he uses that brick that he stole to head towards that wood port. So in terms of long-term prospects, orange is definitely the strongest. He's got 21 points. He's most likely going to go for army. I mean, he has the best ore by far of anybody. And once he cities up that 5-9-10, he's going to be pretty hard to stop. But by the fact that his settlements are close together, he's got wood and brick, he can also connect, so he can get long roads. So he's a double threat for sure. Red has very low wheat. He's got, maybe some prospects for connecting his roads together to take long road. In terms of my prospects, I'm likely to go army just because I don't have very good very good wood production, and my settlements, I'm probably not going to be able to connect them together. And blue, maybe he can buy development cards by converting sheep to ore. Maybe he can connect his settlements together to take long road, but I don't really give him very strong chances in this game. Blue looking for wood, one of the resources he doesn't have. Now he's looking for sheep, probably to do a 2-for-1. He trades the wheat to red, who desperately needs wheat. Orange rolls a 6. He's still wanting 2 cards for a wood on his turn. Unlikely. He builds on the wood port, so he doubles up on that 8, and he's got the wood port, 3 points. Very, very strong already. A 9 is rolled. Red buys a development card. I'm going to use my knight since the robber's on me. Definitely start attacking orange before he just runs away with the game. I'm going to put it on his 8. Either that or the 10. 5 rolls. Wow, so I have enough for a city. So I'm going to city up the 4-5-11. Usually the good choice is the one next to the ore, to get more ore and to build more cities, is the logic behind that. The good thing about the 5 is that 3 of us are on it, so it's probably going to be unblocked most of the time. So I'll be getting 2 ores when the 5 hits, and I've got the best wheat producing spot on the board. Blue builds on the 2-9 for 3 points, for 5 points, but the more important part of it is he can connect his settlements eventually. Now orange is looking for wheat, offering ore. Oh no, blue, don't do it. So that's the problem. Blue missing ore gives orange the wheat he really needs. I throw out a sarcastic nicely played, trying to point out that you don't want to just give the leader whatever he needs on a 1-for-1 trade. Make him work for it, man. So orange now at 4 points. This 5-9-10 city is amazingly strong. I mean, he'll get 2 ores every time a 5 or 9 comes up. He'll get 2 wheats when the 10 comes up. 3, 4, 8, any of those hit, those are all going to help him. Red now looking for brick. He plays his knight, puts it on the 4. I guess to take the brick from orange. That's a good play, I guess, but I would have suggested you put it on the 10. Probably needs wheat more than he needs brick. I notice a lot of beginners, they're in their mind, they're like, oh, I need brick. And guess where they put it? On the brick. There's other ways to get that brick card without putting it on that tile. I'm looking for wheat. I've got brick to trade. Okay, blue wants something else. Not sure if I want to give a ore. He's wanting wood, which I don't have. Okay, yeah, I think I do need. Well, now he wants 2 ores. Not gonna happen. See, it's like, why didn't he trade the leader 2 ores for 1? Okay, so he's willing to do a 1-for-1 trade. I'm gonna just buy a development card and try to get the robber off of me and onto orange. Got a monopoly card. Well, I can't look a gift horse in the mouth. Okay, at this point I say I think we plebes gotta trade 1-for-1. So I'm trying to express that we're all behind orange and orange is way ahead. I'm trying to establish that in people's minds. When there is kind of a strong leader like orange, the only way to really stop him is for all 3 of us to go after him whenever a 7 is rolled, to make trades that are hard for him. And in order for a concerted effort like that to happen, you need to alert other players. But some players aren't really paying attention. They're just trying to develop and expand, and they're not really paying attention to what the leader's doing. And so sometimes when you're in that second place position, you want to say, hey, man, don't trade with him. He's way ahead. Dude, trade with me. Trade 1-for-1. Come on, we're so behind. We got to catch up. And so that's what I was trying to do. Blue trades sheep for ore, and he upgrades on that 5, 9, 10. He's at 4 points, so potentially a threat, but in my mind, still difficult. He could eventually connect his roads and take long road, so he might be at 6 points. I think once he gets any sort of lead, everyone will attack him, and there will go all his chances. If there's a robber on the 9 or the 6, he's gonna have a tough time. Okay, now orange looking for sheep, willing to trade an ore. I throw out a sorry, you're too far ahead to trade with. I'm really directing that towards blue. I don't want blue to trade with orange on a 1-for-1. Good, I like red is asking for a 2-for-1 trade. Orange is saying he has a port, so he's not willing to do a 2-for-1 trade. But, he's got 4 points, he's got 12 cards, he's got a port, he's all kinds of ahead. Okay, he upgrades the 3, 4, 8, so he's at 5 points now. Definitely dominating. Trades woods in for a brick. That's interesting. He heads towards that wheat port. I'm not sure that's a great idea. I think if I were him, I would be buying development cards at this point. The wheat port is just going to make that 10 all that much more, it's already his Achilles heel. Well, I wouldn't say Achilles heel, but it's a weak spot. You don't want to make it even more of a focus for the rest of us. It'd be better to buy development cards to keep the robber off of him. Red looking for wheat, which is, I will say that's his Achilles heel. And really, when you have such little wheat and no access to a port, you really have no chance of winning. Red willing to offer 2 cards now. He's looking for a brick. Trades with blue. Red realizing his weakness, perhaps, now heading to the ore port. I roll an 8, giving 3 woods to orange. Yuck. Okay, it looks like I can finally... Well, let me see if anyone will trade me a wood. I kind of don't want to trade with the devil. Okay, so he doesn't offer me anything. So getting to the 3-1 port is critical. Oh, another 8 rolls, giving 3 woods to orange. A wheat to me. So he's got 6 woods in there. 11 rolls gives me a couple woods. Nice. Let me build a settlement. And then gives red ore. Orange wanting a 1-for-1 trade, and I throw up another sorry you're too far ahead to trade with. So I think it's working. Now folks are realizing how far ahead orange is up. He's unwilling to do anything other than a 1-for-1 trade, and he says port. I throw up another sorry you're too far ahead to trade with. Red says then go ahead, trade with the port. Orange willing to do a 2-for-2 trade. Red says nah. Oh no. Blue, what are you doing, dude? He takes 2 woods, and right, orange has 6 woods. Like, don't help him. And then he gets a brick and a sheep. Red says, no, dude, don't do it. I'm just beating my head with my hand right now. I throw up a sarcastic, nicely played, directed at blue. Orange uses that trade to build, tripling up on the 9 and building on the wheat port. I don't think that's that helpful to him. Red uses his development card, his knight, so he's at 2 knights. He might take army. So I've got enough to build the settlement, so I've got a port now, which is good. At some point I'd want to upgrade that 3-4-8. I want to buy development cards if I can, but I'm going to be coming from behind. So I'm going to play my road. This sort of innocuous road doesn't look like it's doing anything, but I'll talk about that in a second. I tell the other folks, you keep trading with the leader, trading with the leader, trading with the leader. I'm directing that at blue because he keeps saying, 8, 8, 8, 8. 8 keeps coming up. And I'm saying, well, you keep trading with the leader. You can't control what the dice do, but you can control whether you trade with the leader on a 1-for-1 trade. And that's the point I was trying to make. Red agrees with me. He says, yeah, orange will win with the 8s, but blue is just accelerating the process. Okay, a 7's rolled, which hurts orange. Okay, he puts it on me. He sees me as the 2nd place, even though I have only 4 showing, but I've got 2 development cards, which are hidden. He trades in for a sheep, and now he starts buying development cards. 11 rolls. So that innocuous road that I built, it looks dumb, right? It looks like, okay, maybe I can build on the 4 sheep or on the 8 wheat, again, tripling up on that 8. And everybody kind of dismisses that immediately. They just see, oh, that's a weird road, and then they forget about it. But the sinister plan is, what I'm really trying to do is potentially take long road. All I need to do is build 2 more roads, and then I can take it. So I traded with red. That's going to let me city up. Do I want to do that? Red looking for wheat. Now I start telling people, hey, if blue takes road, which he won't, we might have a chance. I'm being a little sarcastic here. I'm trying to tell blue that he should take it because I'm really worried about orange taking long road. I roll a 7. I take from orange. I upgrade the 3-4-8. Meanwhile, orange is trying to get people's attention on me by saying, oh, well, I could take longest road. So there's a bit of back and forth where, you know, where we're trying to use the other players. Basically, Orange and I are trying to use the other players we're lobbying them, essentially. So here I write, yeah, watch out for me. You know, winking smiley face, basically saying, I'm at 4 points, guys. He's at 6. Yeah, I'm really ahead. So, you know, Orange said, look out for White. He's close to longest roads and he's got 2 development cards. And he's right. You know, folks should watch out for me. You know, I'm basically at 6 points right now. But even though it looks like only 5 showing, and I've got a Monopoly, which is really a game changer. Red rolls a 9, giving Orange a bunch of ores. Red uses his development card, which is an invention, for brick and grain. Heads towards that ore port. Oh my gosh, another 9 roll. So Orange has like 6 ores right now. I'm thinking about monopolying ore. So I'd like to get wheat or sheep so that I can use those ores efficiently. So I'm going to play my mono for ore. I really want to hurt Orange. Okay, I got 1 ore from red as well. So let me see if anybody will trade me any more wheat. Looks like nobody will. I'm going to buy a development card. I'm going to convert my ores to another wheat, buy another development card. Ooh, so I got a knight and a monopoly. So I've gotten both monopolies this game. And you know, I've got 1 knight showing and 1 knight hidden. Who knows, I could take road. Oh wow, so now people are willing to trade me for their ore because everyone needs ore at the end of the game. And basically I'm making an excuse right now. I'm saying, sorry guys, I had to monopoly to hurt Orange, not really to get ahead. Or basically I said Orange is too far ahead to catch up. I'm just trying to slow him down a little bit. But I like my chances here now. I mean, I've got some prospects. So red builds on the 2-6. Kind of a waste in my mind. You know, why not just city up the 3-6? You know, I'm not sure that really helps you that much. And that road doesn't really help you with the long road, which Orange is probably going to take pretty soon. Orange trades wood in for wheat and sheep. Maybe he's going to buy a development card. So he plays road building. Interesting. I guess he's going to head towards that 9-12, which doesn't really help him, but you know, it's a point. That's 7 points. He builds 1 more road. That's going to be 9 points, and it's going to be pretty hard to stop. Red plays his knight, so he's taken largest army, unfortunately for me. I really need blue to take road if we have any chance of stopping Orange. Well, at least slowing him down. Orange is saying, good game, White. I throw up a question mark, like, what are you talking about? I've got 5 points showing. So I say, yeah, I have 4 victory points. Orange is saying, no, you'll do roads and victory points. You're just going to build a couple roads and you got 3 victory points. And so he's trying to he's trying to lobby that I'm going to win. Wow, so red actually takes long road. That's nice. So he's at 7 points, having taken both army and road. So I like that anybody has taken road, to be honest. I'm going to use my knight. Put it on orange. You know, I've got the reasoning behind that is you can only play one development card per turn. So, you know, you can't just hoard them all and play them all at once. So I'm unlocking the knight with the idea that I may be able to buy development cards and get more knights and maybe contest for army, use my road building and monopoly near the end to win the game. So I've got a lot of cards here. I'm really looking for an ore to buy another development card and buy a knight. I don't think anybody really has it though. So maybe someone will trade me a wood so that I can... Good thing about red taking road is now I can build up to 5 roads without taking long road. Because I have no fear of red winning. But I like being able to expand unnoticed. So the question is, do I build a settlement immediately or do I just build a road? Orange keeps trying to lobby that I'm going to win the game. And I'm countering, I'm saying, really, I don't have it. So I build a settlement. So I'm at 6 points showing, 7 points in reality. And I've got that road building, which can basically take long road. Red says, okay then, but you're close to the lead, which is fine. So with that road building, I can get to 6 roads. You know, I was sort of thinking I'd build south to get to that other wheat. Blue still doesn't connect his roads. He might cut me off, so it'd be nice to get a bunch of woods and use my road building and cut him off. Oh wow, so red looking for wheat, willing to give 2 woods. Okay, he won't trade with me, he trades with the bank. He builds on the port, so he's at 8 points, still no threat. 10 rolls, giving me brick. Let's see if anybody will trade me a wood. If anybody will trade me a wood, then I'll be able to cut off blue using my road building and 1 road. Oh my gosh, red trades with me. Perfect. So that's what I'm going to do. Oh, and I take long road, and I'm at 9 points, 8 showing. Orange is like, good job, red. I'm like, no, I'm not winning, guys, but I am going to win next turn if nobody can stop me. And I've got a monopoly, so I'm in really good shape now. Red is telling orange to build 2 roads. Meanwhile, blue can probably connect his roads. Then he'll be at 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not enough to take it. Orange trading his sheep for a road connects. So he's at 6 roads. Orange is willing to give blue bricks so I can make more roads. Blue's at 7. Blue's at 8. So he takes long road, which is fine. It takes the heat off of me. Looks like now I'm back at 6. And I tell everyone, can we attack orange now? Red laughs. So on the surface, it looks like orange has 7. Red has 6 by merit of army. I have 6 showing with 2 under. Blue has 7 by merit of road. But I've got potential to take road back. I've got to buy a couple more knights. Red extends a road, really just nothing to do. 7, so I'm going to lose some cards. I'm basically going to try to keep, I'm going to buy development cards. I'm going to toss everything else. Yeah, that's a lot of cards. 7 cards lost. I'm definitely going after orange. Go for the 10. I think he'll 2 weeks. That would hurt him. Let me see if I can get a wood. Then I could build a settlement and buy development cards. Ooh, I'm thinking maybe I can trade away ore and then use my monopoly. Orange throws up a sorry, you're too far ahead to trade. So I'm thinking about upgrading to a settlement. Maybe I'll just buy development cards instead, because I don't think a city at the 8-10 is really going to help me. I got a knight. Nice. So I'm tied with red, which makes me buy another knight. So now I've got enough knights to take army, and then I'll be at 9 points plus a monopoly. So I think I should be able to win the game. Good. Blue goes after orange. Orange still has a development card he hasn't used. It could be a victory point. He could be at 8 points. So what I really like about this, red asks me if I have a road builder, which I don't. I think the road buildings have been used already. So the thing that I liked was that red and blue started stepping up to take long road. Otherwise, orange would have won already. And orange, you know, I think made a mistake by not buying development cards and going for army. Oh, a 9 rolls, giving orange 4 ores. Might be a good thing to mono. Blue trading for ores. Upgrades at 3-6. 5 rolls giving folks more ore. Orange has like 6 ores right now. Fortunately, no ore port. Orange trading 4 ores for a wood. So I think he's realizing his only chance is to go for road. If he can maybe circle around that 9 or circle around the 8 and then connect to his other little segment, he'll have a pretty long road. But he's going to have to build, you know, 3, 4, 5 roads to do that. He trades his wheat for another road. He uses his invention for another road. Okay, so orange making the move, connecting his 2 segments. He's at 8 points. 8 roads, I'm sorry. He's at 9 roads, so he's at 9 points. Red trying to figure out what development cards I have. But I'm trying to say, dude, I don't think it matters. Orange has 9 points. What are you even thinking about what I have? But of course I am a threat because I can take army on this turn. So I've got 7 cards right now, which is a reason not to use knight before the roll. I roll a 6. I think now is the time to play the knight and take army. I don't care about, you know, hiding my strength. Orange already has 9 points. So I'll go after orange. I'll have to get a little bit lucky with the dice here. Let's see. I've got 9 points. Can't really, nobody's going to trade with me. I can't build a city. So I can't win. I think I can buy a development card though. So that's probably what I'll do. I got a victory point for the win. So I tell folks, sorry guys, I got lucky. There's 10 points, 2 victory points, didn't use Monopoly. Won the game, got a little lucky there. Orange says not a good game. He says propaganda. Basically, Orange is steamed that, relatively early in the game, I was already pointing out that he was ahead, and I tell him, hey, that's part of it, buddy. Everyone was attacking him from the beginning, and, it's hard to combat that when 3 players are against you. That's the only way to take down somebody who's got strong ore production. Orange didn't do himself any favors because he didn't buy any development cards. Instead, he expanded, and those expansion settlements didn't really help him as much as I think development cards would have to help him get those extra 2 points and largest army. So that's game. Hope you liked the video.